Welcome to Club Domingo, brought to you by Cyclone Comics.
Pause recording, stop recording. Okay, rightio, yes. Hi.
Are we cutting all that out, Gary?
Don't make me laugh. I don't feel like laughing.
Oh, that's the best time to have a laugh. Cheers,
yeah,
Gary.
cheers. Okay, thanks for popping in. We'll see you next week. Make more comics.
Was it last week that I educated you about spilling the tea or dishing the tea and how that's the new saying? And then for the rest of the week, I was seeing it on like old television, and I'm going, I think that saying might have been around for like 30 years or something. Yeah. And I'm just totally just cottoned onto it.
And just yesterday afternoon, I was, doom scrolling, and I was watching John Stewart's latest thing, and he said that to his guest. He said, give us the tea. And,
right.
I thought, McEwen, you motivator, you what is it? Trendsetter.
I think it's been around forever.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
so it's my lack of education, cultural education, more than anything else.
Mine too.
Yeah,
mine too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the update? You've got how many pages left on that wall there?
It's pretty much the same as when you last saw the wall, except the penultimate page. Penultimate means second last, Gary. The penultimate page.
The page you use pen on.
That's right. The ultimate page that I used my ultimate pen on is on the drawing board, nearly finished. But yeah, we were just chatting before pressing record, and
I think I pressed record.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I hadn't actually kind of said to you, but I've had a really disrupted week and a half as well, so I haven't gotten anything done, and it's actually affecting me psychologically. Like I'm starting to get down, and I said I'm just going to draw today, like yesterday. I'm back. I've got to get back to the board. So,
so it was good that we didn't record yesterday, because I put it off, because yesterday I was totally blasted. I ended up having a sick day and just chilling at home because I didn't have any energy. But it sort of worked in your favor, because you did some inking and got back into the zone again.
This is it. Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, it's I don't know, what is it, like a week and a half, 2 weeks since I inked the last page. And is it? Yeah, it's probably more like 2 weeks since I inked the last page. And I'm already kind of, how does this work again? I mean, I know how it works, but I'm definitely not like easily into the zone straight away.
Yeah, right.
And I broke one of my nibs. The G pen manga dip pen that I use.
Did you make a mess, or was it okay?
No, I broke it when I was cleaning it. And all I was doing was wiping it on some paper and getting some excess ink off so I can get the flow better. And the next time I put it on the scratch board, the line was fat, super fat, and it wouldn't go thin again. And I looked at it, and it was the prongs were wide, and one was up and one was down. I didn't do anything I don't normally do.
You broke it. You broke it.
Yeah. So I think I've got a box with some others in there. I saw Samuel last night, my son Samuel, and on the way there, I texted him going, "Have you got any nibs that you can give me? Because I'm like, I don't have one." And then after I texted him, I thought, hang on, I think the last time I went through my boxes, I actually have a box of a few spares. So I try not to run out of these things. I try to have a few spares, but they're also expensive, so you can't always just order, more than you need at the time.
When you say expensive, what are they costing?
No, I can't remember. Actually, these are not expensive. They're actually pretty cheap.
Right.
But where I get them, there's courier costs or whatever. And I haven't really tried enough, like at a place where I can just walk into, like a dozo or something, to see if there's anything there that I like that I could get easier.
A dojo.
A daiso, D-A-I-S-O. It's the Japanese $2 shop.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. You're speaking another language. Yes. Of course, you're going to a dojo to do some martial arts.
Not very well, but I am. But I definitely, I think the the brush I'm using is close to its last legs, and I'm just trying to get this story finished, and the cover, and then I'll probably buy a new couple of those. So I've got those up my sleeve as well.
Right.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, I know with you, because you don't actually use brushes anymore, right? You use brush pens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recently, I have. Yeah, it's been a recent change.
Mm. Because you've got to buy at least two every time you buy them, in case one of them is actually not healthy, and you
Yeah,
go, well, that one's no good anyway.
yeah.
Which is terrible that you have to play that game.
Well,
When you're
it's
so
good to be
expensive.
prepared, and it's good to be a
Yeah,
little bit anal about these things, because the last thing you want to be is inking at 3 o'clock in the morning in the zone, and something goes
yeah,
wrong and you don't have a backup.
yeah. I think the last time I bought some, I wrote on one of them splitting because it was already splitting when I got it, and it just would never come to the microscopic point
Yeah.
that I wanted. So yeah, always buying two at a time when I buy those, and I probably need a couple of those.
So are you happy?
3 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, go ahead.
Are you happy with what you've been doing at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I was going to say 3 o'clock in the morning. Like that's for losers, man. I don't do that anymore.
No, it's
So
been
yeah, so
years.
far so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy with that last page. It's good. There was actually, I don't want to show you because it is the second last page. Show you up close, but I texted it to you for some advice on something. But there's an image of a lyrebird. Those of you that aren't from Australia, that's Lyre. And it's a beautiful Australian native bird that can mimic almost anything. And I'm inking over Emmanuel Hernandez's pencils, and his pencils are fantastic. And that was kind of like, what am I going to do with this? Because all he done is kind of scribbled over the top, going, kind of black, or is it dark grey, or like, and I'm going, oh, what do I do with this? So I
Decision
just went
time.
in there and kind of painted with the brush a little bit, painted, not with grayscale, but with cross hatching,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
um, feathered line work, feathered lines, and just testing that thing. I don't know whether you do this, Gary, but testing that thing where you go, I'll do another layer. Is it done yet? I'll do another layer. Is it done yet? And then you go, oh shit, I've done too many layers. And like just
Fill it into
testing
black.
where, yeah, well, I did that on some of it. I'm going, that cross hatching's messy, and I went, it's probably going to be better if that part of it is actually solid black. So, yeah, and in the end, that's your fallback, right? You just go, okay, I guess it's just solid black.
Enough with the cross hatching practice. Let's just go solid black.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm really happy with it. My biggest fear was not so much that I would destroy it, because, like you're saying, if it went to solid black, it would probably still work. My biggest fear was, will it just not stylistically suit the rest of the issue? Because it's the only place where I'm really doing some real kind of molding with the shading.
Yeah.
Everything else is more of the just the feathered lines to give a bit of three-dimensionality, but not this kind of really cross-hatched stuff.
Yeah.
And the other thing is with that. Oh, so I think it's not too far out of style. I think it looks fine, and it's also, as far as storytelling is concerned, this lyrebird comes in out of nowhere, and it's kind of, I think it doesn't matter that it feels even like slightly differently stylistically delineated. Um, but the other thing, that there's a one hanging on the wall right in front of me. The that image of Killaroo, when I
Yeah.
was doing under the neck there, like it's
Yeah.
not perfect, but I was doing some extra stuff with the line work there, and
Yeah.
it's not easily seen. But I was bending the lines as well as feathering them and tapering them, and then doing some more cross hatching over the top. And again, I felt kind of risky doing that, but I really like how that came out as a um, mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, grayscale sort of emulation.
Yeah.
And I chickened out doing it on the next one. Because I really it really felt like, oh my God, is this working? Oh, to back away before you break it. And I also don't want to make that like I'm again really chickening out. Like it's a really cowardly thing where I'm going, if I start doing that on every image, on every page will take twice as long. And I'm actually not unhappy with the style that I'm working in now. Am I actually going to start deciding that every piece of grayscale is going to have three sets of
Yeah.
tapered feathered lines that bend? I don't think it's a good idea.
It's a can of worms. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've done some test panels first? Like just run out some stuff and experimented on how you're going to handle that kind of thing, or you just jump in and make your decisions on the page as you go?
I make the decisions on the page. I feel like my entire life I've never had the time to
Yeah.
do a test page. It's
Yeah.
like who's got time for that? And some people do, luckily. So I guess I kind of be in that mental state of the journeyman who's got to do a page a day and just like stop mucking about.
Yeah.
And as you do 500 pages, then you're quicker at doing a page a day and you can fuss around more. But for now, just, do what you can in the day. And it's not like I'm trying to make a deadline of getting this done on a day by day basis, but it's like I'm trying not to get too fussy with things. And I don't do warm ups. That's been on my list of things to talk about with you for years. Like, I don't know how long. Like, there it is. It's like at near the top of my list. Warm ups? Like, do you do warm ups? I never do warm ups.
My
I don't
warm up
suggest
is
to
the
my students.
first 15 minutes of drawing the actual panel that's going to be published. That's my
Yeah,
warm
that's
up.
exactly right. That's exactly right.
I think I've done very, very few things that haven't been towards the project that's going to get printed. There's been no, I will do a still life of rhododendron or something just to warm up. And you get these people, like more power to them, but they post online going, "Oh, warm up sketch," and it's a fully detailed, full illustration, and it's gone, "Warm up my ass! You spend all day on that, fucker."
Yeah. Sometimes I think for people like that, the
Warm up
term
my
warm
ass.
up. Yeah. Okay.
Get amongst it, Chal. Get amongst it.
I think those people, instead of it's not even a warm up. It's like it's disposable. It's like I will do this drawing, and it's just for fun, and then I'll get to work. And like you, it's like but it's just as good as what I would have been doing if I had just gone to work, but I've decided it's playtime instead. And what that does is opens you up to experimentation, I guess, which is something, again, that I don't do very often. And again, almost never have had time to just do some experimentation. And it's definitely something that's stymied my my ability to improve, is that I've never really felt like I've had time or deserved the time to just sit and play with art. It's always going to be for a project.
For a project. But like the nature of Australian comics is that's your playtime as well. You're learning on the job. You're learning on the job. Yeah,
exactly as what I was kind of implying before. And it kind of heads back to that whole thing of do we have it's probably the royal we, but that whole we don't feel like we deserve to sit and draw comics anyway, because we should be out there being an accountant or something and earning a real living with a real job. And then on top of that, you say, well, let's just have some playtime in the meantime. It's like, really? And it's not just us as comic book artists, it's artists in general. That whole, it's not a imposter syndrome. It's more of a like, do I feel like I deserve the life that I'm trying to build as an artist, sort of thing. Really hard. So that's why I don't do warm-ups and I just make pages instead.
Yep, same here. As I say, everything that I've done that's a warm up has actually been layouts or thumbnails that I'm going to use in the actual project that I'm working on. So
I'd love to hear people, the kiddies at home, tell me about their warm-ups,
Yeah.
or if they do them or not. Yeah.
My definition of a warm up is those things John Buscema used to do on the back of his actual page, where
Yeah.
you turn over a John Buscema Conan page or an Avengers page, and there's all these half penciled
Yeah.
figures and dragons and this that, and it's all half done and a little bit of inking there, and
Yeah.
turn it back over again and keep on going on the page you're working on, and yeah.
Would they even be warm-ups, or would they be? I'm not sure what this guy looks like or what the design of this
Problem
dragon will
solving.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, yeah, probably more problem solving than even warm-ups.
yeah.
Uh,
And I think
yeah.
Frazetta did that to a certain extent as well with some of his original pen and ink stuff that you flip it over and there's be a lovely woman's face or a naked woman
Yeah.
here or a dragon there. And
Yeah.
I mean, but having these, I always remember Tony Thorne coming by Mona once back when it first opened, and he'd had his sketchbook with him. And I thought, and I asked him, "Oh, you brought it with you? Can I have a look at what you to do in your sketchbook?" And he gave it. It was a landscape, watercolor paper sketchbook. And I opened it up. It's just these stunning double spread watercolors, like landscapes and observational pieces. And it's just page after page of beautifully executed artwork. And it's like, oh, that's your sketchbook, is it?
Exactly. Jesus. Yeah. No, I've seen a lot of that sketch work of his. It's amazing.
What an amazing artist Tony Thorne is. Yeah.
Tony Thorne. We've mentioned him before, kiddies. And if you're new to the show, you should look him up. Tony Thorne. Currently doing animation, like directing animation from Tasmania. Yeah, he's still there with.
Yeah. What's
one
that
of my
show?
favorite comic strips of all time, and it'll never be collected. I wish it would be. Was Tony Thorne's Door Bitch, which I've talked about before. It's just beautifully designed, black, white, and halftone grey, for the Sydney, probably in other cities as well, but I would see it in the Sydney, on the street, press, the music rags. So a full page comic strip with the main character being a door bitch, and whatever the adventures were. But his sense of black and white, and then the tone, and designing a page and the panel and beautiful line work, and it was amazing. Yeah, has very kind of European feel to it.
Yep. So if those sketchbooks are making him do what he does, more power to sketchbooks. But,
yeah, totally. Oh, totally. Yeah.
But
that's as far as
I think there is a difference between sketchbooks and warm-ups. Is there a difference between those two?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Well, depending on how you use your sketchbook. Some people do their warm-ups in their sketchbooks. Just trying to think if I've got a sketchbook. Anyone who's followed me on Instagram can do it. Anyway, just go to my Instagram and scroll back a few scrolls, and you'll start to see all my sketchbook stuff. My observational drawings on trains and buses, and life drawing, etc. And I think that informs my drawing a lot when I'm trying to just draw funny heads and funny faces, but feel like they're still three-dimensional.
Faces in the crowd. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So that's an interesting observation. The difference between sketchbooking and warm-ups.
Yeah. It's one of the hardest things to get my students to do, is to start just drawing observationally constantly instead of always drawing for fun, right? Which it still is for fun, but they're always drawing their OCs or their current anime crush or whatever it might be. They're always drawing that stuff, and never drawing real people or doing observational stuff.
Or they're drawing what they can draw, what they think in their heads that they can master and draw without really doing the hard stuff, like a Bakelite telephone from 1975, or like something difficult like a perspective kitchen table and with benches in the background. Of course, that's like backgrounds inform the scene so much. And
I teach character design at the moment at JMC in Sydney, and the students are like so switched on. I think I might have said this to you before, but they're probably the most switched on overall cohort I've ever had. They're really like lapping up everything, the weird theories and the exercises and drawing in general, all of that stuff. They're lapping it up, and it's all character work. And they're going, oh my god, what's this and how do you do that and what's that theory, blah blah blah. And I keep on saying, and next trimester I don't teach it, but next trimester you're doing production art too, which is environments and 3D spaces and props, and they're all going, "Oh no, I have to draw backgrounds for a whole trimester." And it's like, yeah, now you think you're having fun this trimester, next trimester, not so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, good fun. And yet some of my most successful students are the ones who have like gone into that area and just gone in with the exact same attitude of just learning all of the tricks and the tools and the principles and applying it in really creative ways, and all of a sudden they've got amazing work.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Do you like backgrounds? Do you like drawing backgrounds? Environments?
I have no opinion on the matter. If it's got to be done, it's got to be done. I don't think I have a dislike for it. Certainly that if you need an establishing shot of a cityscape with an army coming down the side street and all that kind of stuff, it's like, yeah, that's going to take a bit of work.
Yeah.
Do I feel like doing that today or not? So it's more of a girding my loins for a job that needs to be done, more so than dislike or anything like that.
Yeah, right. So are you the kind of artist who, when you are presented with that page as being the next page that you need to either pencil or illustrate, do you like actively question whether or not today's the day to draw that page and move on to the next page, which is back to talking heads or something?
Yeah, I think it's a day by day thing. Like it's got to be done. I don't stress about it, but it's a case of, am I up? Do I feel like that? Or in knowing what's happening, like the headshots on the next page, that'd be easy to do. Just approach, like there'll be days where it's like, right, let's do this thing and jump in and do the double page spread or whatever.
Yeah.
But usually I'm not that fussed about it. I don't turn myself into knots about it. So
yeah,
it's all part of the job.
I definitely rather that the story itself is dictating what I'm going to draw that day, rather than me getting to decide, because otherwise maybe certain pages will never get done. So if the next page is the double page spread of an army of orcs coming over a hill, because I draw that all the time, right? Then that's what I'll draw that day. So yeah, cool.
Yeah. I'm a professional.
Right.
I'm a professional. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just give it something to draw and I'll draw it.
I just don't trust my decision-making abilities. There's that, I think we've said this on the show as well, but I think it's Jaime Hernandez, like goes through the entire 20 pages or whatever and just picks the things he wants to ink on a day, and it's just inking constantly all over the place. It's like, oh my God, how do you know when you're going to finish, and how much have you actually done, and what are you going to do when all that's left is the stuff that you don't want to draw for the next 3 weeks or whatever it is?
Yeah, crazy. I don't think I could work. I work like that only to a certain extent. Like I might do a panel here and a panel there on various pages, but it does come to a stage where I, in a very general sense, work just from page to page to page to page, unless there's a reason for me to jump out of sequence. And again, I don't work myself up about it. I might do the page that's out of sequence and then just immediately come back to the one that needs doing to finish it off.
In fact, it drives me mad if I don't have the reference that I need for the next page, because I don't want to skip it if I can handle it. So yeah, interesting. There's that you probably have heard it probably firsthand, because you're friends with Paul Gulacy, right? So Kiddies at Home, Paul Gulacy, like 1970s and then 80s, I guess, made his name mostly on Master of Kung Fu, and then into the 80s and 90s was doing quite a bit of indie stuff.
Yep. Six from Sirius and for Epic Comics and whole swag of projects. Yeah.
Well, wonderful artist, very highly influenced by Steranko. Am I allowed to say that, or is that like still a point of contention?
Well, I don't think he's listening.
Okay. But I once read an interview with him where he said, I draw a page a day, and that's the job, to draw a page a day. And if I sit down at 9 a.m. and I'm finished by midday, because it's an easy page, I take the rest of the day off.
Yeah.
And if I sit down at 9 a.m. And it's a really difficult page and I'm still there, past midnight, then so be it. I don't stop until the page is finished.
And for an American monthly comic book artist, that's like 22 days of work with a week off, and that makes a hell of a lot of sense. But you've got to be able to sit at that board and stick to the hard pages. or else it goes out the window pretty fast. But yeah, that was his method, and I think he stuck to that right to. I don't think he's drawing anymore, but yeah, that was his method.
Yeah, cool. All right. Wow. What else have you got on your list, if anything?
Noted last night that the ACA posted that Vane Lindesay had passed away at 105. Yes. So
105.
yeah, I thought it was worth noting and perhaps reading out what they had said, because it's a couple of paragraphs that encapsulate his career and life a lot better than I could say. So if you don't mind, I'll just read out what they sent through.
Please do.
It is with the deepest of sadness that we report the passing this afternoon, that was yesterday afternoon, the Tuesday, the 28th, of the passing this afternoon of patron of the Australian Cartoonists Association, Vane Lindesay, OAM. Vane had a long, illustrious and richly awarded career as a cartoonist, illustrator, book designer, and author of at least 18 books. At 105 years of age, he had been the world's oldest living professional cartoonist and, amongst it all, the Sydney Swans' most avid supporter. In 1988, Vane was presented with the Sydney Stanley Award, now the Jim Russell Award, for his significant contribution to Australian black and white art. He assumed the post of ACA patron in 2004 following the death of Jim Russell, AMMBE, and was inducted into the Australian Cartoonists Hall of Fame in 2015. Other awards have included the Award of Honour in 1991 by the Australian Book Publishers Association and a Medal of the Order of Australia in 2023 for service to literature as a cartoonist, illustrator and writer. In 2025, Vane was inducted into the AGDA Hall of Fame as well. Vale, dear friend. So, the passing of a mighty Australian cartoonist.
Yeah, crazy. Oldest living professional cartoonist in the world.
105. Wow.
Incredible. Let's all do that.
Yeah. And
cheers.
He was, indeed. Big cheers. Yeah.
Cheers to Vane.
And, I just saw him, I think, last year, and he was still, fully mobile, agile and active and doing his thing. He wasn't exactly playing tennis, but at 105, what do you expect?
Exactly.
Anyway, rest in peace, Vane. Yeah, good work.
Fantastic. Wow.
The other thing
I grabbed a couple of books off the shelf that I own that Vane wrote. And I think that's the first, if not if not the first, of his books on the history of Australian cartooning.
Yeah. I've got that edition in hardback. It's well worn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know it came as a hardback.
Yeah.
There's Vane.
There he is.
Back when he had black hair.
Yeah, good stuff. Now, that's a cornerstone book, that one, very important one to have if you can track it down these days. Yes, Drawing from Life. Yep.
That was published specifically for the 70th anniversary of the Black White Arts Club.
Yep.
So obviously, I know that you and I, Gary, are here mostly for the comics, and comics are perhaps a subset of cartooning in general, and there was definitely Vane's love of cartooning that he mostly wrote about Australian cartooning rather than comics specifically. And that's a book on Stan Cross that he did.
Yeah, I haven't got that one. I would like to track it down at some stage, but downsizing.
Yeah, so if I see it, do you want it? Because I think I see this one in shops every so often.
Yeah, no, downsizing wins.
Surely Danny Best has got like 5 copies of it.
Yeah. Speaking of downsizing, that's a really nice segue to. I was going to bring up the fact that I have some comps that I'd like to get rid of to people, because they're big, heavy.
Is this the great Club Domingo giveaway? Are we starting a game show?
I don't know, but what I've got in my efforts to downsize.
Club members, go and have the roast of the day and buy some raffle tickets. And wow,
I've got 5 of these things to give away, which is it contains my issue that I drew of Astro City. It also contains some mighty fine full-coloured stuff by other artists as well. It's volume 5 of the Astro City Metro book series. It's very heavy though. So if you're interested,
how many issues would be in that? Like a year's worth? 2 years worth?
Boy, oh boy.
Could
Let's see.
be more
I'll
like
have to go to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 issues.
10 issues, right?
Oh, 20 issues. I just missed.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So if you're interested, there's 5. I don't know how best should I do this, because I'd like people to send an envelope to me so I don't have to pay for postage and I can send it back to them. So first 5 emails. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
What's the best way of doing
And
that?
people are paying, people have to pay their postage, so
Yeah,
they have to be
yeah.
ready for whatever that might be, $10,
Yeah,
$15,
that's right.
whatever it might be.
Yeah. And I
But
can
totally.
I can weigh it so that they can do their thing with whoever they want to send whatever packaging. But there's 5 of those. I'll even throw in a copy of Cyclone Comics Quarterly. I uncovered
Wow.
a box of those. So
How many have you got? A box worth? Like
no,
50?
50 easy. Yeah, but I've been
Wow.
toting around the countryside during my whole life. So, if someone wants a signed copy of that, I'll throw in a Cyclone with the Astro City. And what else have I got?
Yeah, what
You've
else have
got
you
you've
got, Gary?
you've got the same problem, but I've got boxes of these things, which is the Ledger Awards annuals, which
I gave all mine away.
you have.
I have. The last couple of fairs and stuff I went to, I put them up for free in a position, and most of them went. So I
Right.
don't think I've got any left.
These things are great
Yeah.
as little
Just
time capsules of
so good.
not just the awards, but of the artists
Yeah,
involved, samples of their pages and stuff like that.
absolutely.
So I've got a whole swag of these things that I'm quite happy to throw in as well. I don't want it to be my part-time job going to the post office and all that kind of stuff. But if people want to get in touch, and I'll throw a parcel together and I'll do an estimate of postage, but then it's up to them to send whatever is needed for me just to throw it in, package it up nicely, and get it back down to the post office again. So
Sounds great.
the other thing I've got a swag of, which are nice and light, the last 2023 Comics Arts Awards of Australia magazine, which I think was a culmination of what I was trying to achieve with the annual as well, as far as look, style, and feel, and so I can throw in one of those as well. But better to be in other people's hands than a box in my studio. So
Kiddies at home. It's a deal you can't pass up. Like send us an email at clubdamingo@cyclonecomics.com.au.
that's the one. Yeah. So and as I said, to be fair, the first 5 for the Metro, the Astro City big thick book. But if someone else just wants a Cyclone and a Ledgers book, I'm happy just to do that as well. But downsizing.
Yeah. Yeah. So kiddies at home, make sure that, like, when you're discussing this with Gary, that you're going to cover that postage. But throw in a few more bucks, don't you reckon? Jesus, that Cyclone Comics thing, like, worth the price of admission all by itself.
It's been holding up my door and bookshelf for too long, that box of Cyclones. But
Wow.
So what else? Last weekend, PCAF was on.
True.
Yeah.
Did you go? How was it?
I wish.
Me too.
Hold on a sec. There might be a message here from PCAF. No messages as to where was I. Yeah. And it's funny, I just got a text from Rob Lyle from Spedsy, because I was going
saying
to say,
he wants free comics.
Well, yes. Is this live? Is this?
He's such a on time watcher and listener.
Yeah,
he's already on it.
But I was going to say his was the only, because I'm subscribed to his newsletter, and he sent one yesterday, I think, with his summation or memories of PCAF, and it sounded like a really fun time. But it's the only real post PCAF news that I've got about how the weekend went. So thanks, Betsy, for sending your newsletter out, because that was very entertaining and informative as to how the weekend rolled out for you. And if you're not subscribed to his newsletter, just do a psychojanitor.com is his website. Go on there and register, and occasionally he'll send out a newsletter, and
Is that a Substack?
It might be a Substack.
Must be, because otherwise I definitely would have been subscribed and it would come through my email, but because I'm on Substack, it's probably coming through my Substack.
Right. Anyway.
Surely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So psychojanitor.com.
Yeah.
And
What
yeah,
a
so PCAF
what
is
what a,
coming
what,
on.
what a weekend for FOMO with PCAF on, which is like they really they continually seem to set the bar just that little bit higher every time. And I was also with a few people that I follow internationally, like getting FOMO for San Diego Comic Con
Oh,
as well.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so that was on as well. But yeah, the PCAF looks amazing, and they've did you see that they've got a they're offering they're you can um, anyway, they're offering a residency in Brussels
Oh,
for a month or something
yeah.
for an
Okay.
Australian, for a Western Australian. I'm going, wow, that's amazing. It's like a proper art residency, a proper comics art
Wow,
residency.
that's amazing.
Um,
Yeah, yeah. That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
exciting. Yeah, yeah.
very exciting.
And maybe they could appear in a new magazine for young cartoonists called Brussels Sprouts. Ah,
Sure.
ideas, man. Ideas, man.
I'm sure the Brazilians will be very happy with that.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. But anyway,
Yeah, fantastic.
so I'm waiting to read a bit more about different opinions and memories from the weekend. But it would have been a big weekend in Perth, big weekend in San Diego. I've been following Pete Lawson, the artist, on Torn and a few other things for Reverie and Human
Human
Flight.
flight, right?
Human
Yeah.
Flight. He was over there for the first time, so it was really interesting seeing him get exposed to the San Diego Comic Con experience for the first time. You know,
So,
I've
so
been
did he report much live? Because I haven't seen much from him.
no, just this whole swag of photos
Right.
he's going through,
Yeah.
and just the whole prospect of being overseas and going to San Diego for the first time from an
Yeah.
Australian's point of view. Talk about his brain melting. I'm sure it would have
Yeah.
been very,
Yeah.
very. What's the word to use when over sensory perception? Over. That what am I searching for?
Yeah. I know the word. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, fair enough.
It was overwhelming anyway. It would have been
That's right.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, I'd love to go back. And I know it's probably not really for I don't know. Is it really for a good place for greener pastures to be sold? I don't know. But I was once in a anthology for an American indie press set of guys, and I was watching them be at San Diego, and I'm going, it looks like they're doing okay. Like, and
Mm.
they're just doing some indie anthology stuff, and it's like maybe I don't, it surely wouldn't pay for my flights and accommodation, but it might be worth still. I might sell some comics. So
Yeah.
always interests me. I'd love to be able to get over there with a box full of comics and see how we go.
I don't know how useful San Diego is these days, as far as
Yeah.
there's the selling behind a table, there's the networking, there's the actual getting work and liaising with an editor or publisher. I don't know what the strengths and weaknesses are. It used to be that you could have a whole swag of parties and meetings and actually generate work for yourself if you were to go over
Yeah.
there from Australia.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's outgrown that aspect, face-to-face aspect, because every publisher and every editor would be just, like overwhelmed with people saying, "Look at my stuff! Look at my stuff!"
Yeah.
Um,
Look, the most recent time I looked into that, not for myself, just like hearing it from other people, it sounds to me like it's definitely not the place to go anymore if you want to meet and have meetings, etc. And it kind of shifted to New York Comic Con, but I think even New York Comic Con is no longer the place for that either because it's
yeah,
gotten too
right.
big. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard that like the real editors of like Marvel and DC don't even bother going to either of those shows anymore. It's just like it's just for the marketing people and not really for anyone else. So
And did you
um,
hear that Marvel are moving to the West Coast? They're
yeah,
closing down New York, and that's a
yeah,
pretty big move.
yeah,
And,
yeah. But that's isn't that modern life? It's like LA is if they're doing MCU rather than
LA,
MC Comics.
LA, going to LA.
Exactly. Yeah, so it was
Yeah,
probably going to happen eventually because DC's already there. Is that right?
DC's already there. But Marvel has always been such a New York company. Their characters
That's true.
originated from there. Their
Yeah,
initial creators, the Kirbys and Ditkos of the world, were New
yeah,
Yorkers through and through. And
this is true.
for them to make the shift because of business reasons, is kind of sad in a way. So,
Yeah,
anyway, you get
yeah.
that. Mm.
Mm.
What else we got? That's about it for me. Oh, I did the books, didn't I? Yeah, Ledger Mags. Yeah, that's about all I got. You got anything of interest?
So, did you get the email from Bernard Callio during the week
Oh, yes, I did.
about a panel that he's chairing in Melbourne? So, just a very quick kind of news roundup of a few things. Bernard Callio, huzzah, Bernard. He of the white linen suit. Uh, he wrote his email list got this email. By all means, come along to a discussion that I am chairing about graphic novels in the real world by people who have been there. Miranda Burton, Jamie Clenett, and Gina Chatterton, part of the Melbourne Rare Book Week. And that'll be tomorrow. You've missed it. I think it's 6 p.m. tomorrow, as in the night that this will be going live.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah.
let's see how that goes. But that sounds amazing. The thing that really, because I'm in Sydney and I can't go, but the thing that really got me excited was that Jamie Clenett is on the panel there, and
Yeah.
Jamie did that amazing the Demon Noir. I meant to bring it up so that I had it to show.
Yeah.
He did the Demon Noir, which is incredible. Probably unattainable now to try to find it. Part prose, part comic, alternate history sort of comic book set in Tasmania mostly. Really, really amazing book, and I'm hoping that he's working on something else right now
Right.
as well, because it talking about experimentation earlier, he was somebody who's really fiddling with the whole manner of what a comic could be, and this was big and thick and hardcover and full color, and it was fantastic. Be worth trying to track that down. So a couple of other things that are going on, and I'm just gonna go to my
Do your homework.
my Facebook. Facebook's gone to sleep in the meantime. So Ashka from Perth, who would have been killing it, I'm sure, in at PCAF. Ashka is touring around the country a little bit and doing a few bits and pieces in Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide, I think is the three places. So I won't give you all the details, but Kinnicunya on the 20th of August, there's a book launch for the Friendship Paradox, which she is one of the creators of. At Cockatoo Comics in Newtown, Ashka is doing a comic workshop for people aged 12 to 112. So no
That's
drawing
me.
talent needed. That's
me.
you.
Yeah.
All of these things need tickets or a free RSVP. So don't just turn up, go and look it up before you go. In Melbourne, Ashka is doing a workshop of the science of comics in the little book room. So I think that's probably aimed more at kids, but also in Melbourne, Ashka is doing a thing at Squish Face on the 13th of August, and that's with Romina Yee. In fact, some of the others might be with Romina as well, for the Friendship Paradox, because they made the Friendship Paradox together. I should have said that earlier.
Yeah.
So all of this great stuff with Ashka, who is a dynamic force on stage, like a really good presenter, really good, fun and interesting. If you're in one of those places, get along. I said Adelaide. I'm sure that Ashka was doing something in Adelaide, and maybe that one's already passed. I'm not sure. Yes, that one's passed. So this is the reason why you've got to kind of keep on top of things, because I'm
So much is happening.
not your flippant secretary. So find
That's
out
right.
these things yourself.
Yeah.
So on top of that, Mari, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Mari Costa, Mari. Mari Costa. I'm not sure what city Mari lives in, but Mari is like one of those creators who were
Oh, one of those creators.
one
Yeah.
of those creators who's mostly online, and therefore people like you and I might not really realize, uh, what it is that they're achieving. Um, Here we go. Because Murray's got like nearly 85,000 followers on Instagram. I think it's a web comic that they do. And they've got a book deal, and I think it's a book launch. Let me see if I can find the link that I got. Yeah, an evening with Mari Costa at Kincunya in Sydney, worth going to. And again, I think that's free, but you've got to get yourself an RSVP, and that's
Right.
Thursday, the 13th of August. I myself have not RSVP'd yet, but I would really like to get to that and see how that goes. I mean, just for the interest sake of seeing how a book launch for a comic goes at somewhere like Kinokuniya, but
Yeah.
also to hear from Murray and see how what they've got to say and what it was like making this book.
Yeah.
Mari Costa is a Luso-Brazilian cartoonist with a bachelor's degree in character animation. She's in love with creating stories and populating them with people who have very messy interpersonal drama. Some of her work includes Life of Melody, The Demon of Beausoleil, and The Bell of the Ball. So I think this book is Forgive Me Not,
Right.
and it's beautiful. Looks beautiful. It's that much more modern kind of cartooning, full color cartooning style. So yeah, lovely. Let me check if there was anything else that I had on my list of a similar thing. I think that was everything. So a few things to get to, at least if you're in Sydney. And the
Yeah.
last thing I was going to mention
Mm.
was Jay Slack. Do you know Jay Slack, Mr. J?
I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I know his stuff. But what's the story with Jay?
Uh, he's been around in Australian comics for 20, 30 years. It must be 30 years. Must be something like 30 years. Because he just celebrated on on Facebook the other day, that he's been doing, I think it's monthly, if not weekly, cartoons must be monthly, for Pro Wrestling
Ah,
Illustrated magazine for
that's
30
right.
years straight.
Wow.
And like that's amazing because that's his love, cartooning and wrestling. And his wrestling cartoons are like, I don't know anything about wrestling, but they're usually, even for me, really funny.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But more than that, they're just gorgeous to look at. Such a beautiful Bigfoot, funny looking style, really, really well developed over the years and gorgeous to look at. So check out Mr. J or J Slack. I think I typed in J Slack, PWI Pro Wrestling and stuff was coming up in my internet feed. So yes, check that out. And congratulations to Jay. Really, really cool. Oh, hang on. What's that? BFB, B4B. Is that
Battle for Bustle. Lee
Bed Before
Chalker's new one.
Breakfast? Wow.
Yeah, it's
So
hot off the presses, and it looks
what
fantastic.
issue is that?
This is volume 2, number 2.
Wow.
So get on to Lee Chalker's Facebook page and get in touch with him if you want a copy. He's not doing much of the promoting as far as high sales. You've got to get in touch with him direct, but it's stored across the studio. But well worth getting. He's just coming along in leaps and bounds, and the story is fantastic. So Battle for Bustle, Volume 2, Number 2, and back issues are available as well. So get in touch with Lee, and he'll be able to help you out direct. Maybe even sign a copy for you.
Tell me like a little bit about the story. What's the go there?
Bustle is a dystopian future, and his main character is almost like a Messiah style character. So he's finding his way in the under the city, and you've got bad guys and good guys, and you've got love interests and family, and you've got responsibility and all kinds of stuff. It's really
Fabulous.
it's pretty deep story that you need to immerse yourself in. And it's coming along in leaps and bounds. He can't help himself. He's just got to do this story. So Battle for Bustle, highly recommended.
And it's very detailed illustration work, and a lot of it's grayscale, right? An ink wash over the top of it.
He's got a very unique style that suits the story being told.
Awesome.
Absolutely fantastic. And it's all been he's worked with Peter Wilson in getting the book all together. Peter Wilson's helped him out with pre-press and design, but great covers, great artwork on the inside. So Battle for Bustle, I'd suggest getting at least this issue and the previous one to jump on board with. But there's also Volume 1 issues that you might be able to get from Lee at the same time. So really, really wonderful stuff. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any insight into why there's no kickstarting to that or anything like that? A more mass kind of attempt at reaching a slightly more mass.
Yes, I do have insight into it.
Okay. You can tell me at Club Domingo after
hours.
Yeah.
No, it's just a decision he made to. He's a very basic, fundamental kind of guy. You want the comic, you buy the comic, you print the comic, you sell the comic. Get in touch with the artist direct if you want it. I don't think he's a huge fan of Kickstarter from the conversations we've had about it. He thinks it's more hassle than it's worth. In a nutshell. Sorry, Lee, if I'm speaking out of turn for you. So it's very grassroots marketing as far as he's concerned. Like get in touch direct. And I think he was only putting it for sale via his Facebook page. So do a search for Lee Chalker, and he'll be able to hook you up with a copy of the comic. So
awesome.
Yeah. There are some people out there that get with the Kickstarter thing, and there are some people that just don't. And Lee, after much trying different things and getting opinions and researching himself, he just found out that this is the way he wants to do it. Nice and simple.
Great.
If you want one of his comics, get in touch and he'll sell them you.
Yeah. And that's why I'm asking. Like, it's really interesting to hear different people's opinions as to how and why to do the sales aspect of it. Making the pages is one thing, but getting them in front of people is another. And always interested to hear how other people are trying to achieve that and what their attitude is towards it. So yeah.
And he's very much cool. the work first. The work comes first. There's a story that he's got to tell. I know that the third issue, I think Volume 2, number 3 is, if not finished, close to being finished. He's like churning through that as well. So, and he's got other stuff on his plate as well. So he's got 2 or 3 projects on the hop at any given time.
Yeah. It's like, was that the term I was using a few weeks ago? Pages first, like that. That's the main thing that we've got to get done. Pages first. Everything else comes later.
Yeah. And he was nice enough to send a nice picture of Morton Stone that he had completed recently as well. So.
Amazing. See, he's a guy who likes to play, right? Coming back to the conversation we had earlier, I find it really hard to just sit down and draw something for playtime. It's really, really difficult. You know what? I find it easy when I'm sitting at a convention to do that, and I often will. But time at the convention is short, and you're often trying to talk and sell and etc. That kind of illustration, which was really lovely, of your Morton Stone character there, is something that sitting down at a convention and going, well, I should draw so that maybe that will attract people's attention. That's the kind of time that I would do it and feel open and free enough to do it. But
having the fun of drawing someone else's characters that you wouldn't normally draw anyway. But Lee's a big fan of Morton, and it's not surprising that he sat down and had a bit of a doodle, came up with that, and was kind enough to send it through at the same time as he sent the issue through. So, thanks, Lee. It was lovely.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah,
brilliant.
And of course, he's still reloading up his old Chinwag shows. He's still got stacks of them. So go to Lee Chalker's Facebook page, and he'll link you up to the YouTube station that has lots of interviews with his Chinwag guests over the last couple of years, and that's worth tracking down and having a listen to as well. When you finish listening to Club Domingo, of course.
Of course, and all the back issues of Club Domingo.
That's right. Fight. Is it Chinwag or is it Club Domingo? Fight.
Exactly.
Okay, is that it for this week?
I reckon I've covered everything that I was going to chat about. Yes. One last thing. Like we were chatting before we hit record about me maybe doing a signing in a local shop. And while we were chatting, I've gotten that text saying, just confirming that that's on. So I guess it's on. So to give Sydney Siders the heads up, I'm going to do a sitting at Cockatoo Comics for the day on the 8th of August.
8th of August.
8th of August.
That's not next week, the week after?
That's the one.
Right. Okay.
And it's not for anything special. I just thought it'd be nice to sit in the shop and tell people about greener pastures, and almost like a one person con table in the shop sort of thing. So so yeah, it's not like a big deal or whatever, but I'd like to.
But it is a big deal. It's not a big deal, but it is a big deal.
Fingers crossed, it could be a big deal.
Yeah.
Cockatoo Comics is a big deal. Like the fact that they've opened their shop in Newtown is a big deal. So I would like to support that, and I would like them to support me, Siobhan there, etc., to support me. So let's get that done. And you know what? Like we said, that there was nothing else to talk about. The other thing that I did, I'm just typing it in to make sure I get all the names right, is let me see, Campbelltown. There's a comic shop in Campbelltown in Sydney called Oz Comics. So that's OZ space COMIX Comics. And I just went out there for the first time on Saturday because they had a signing. So have we got a couple of minutes? Because this gets a little bit a little bit involved. So Oz, and that's his actual real name. I think it's Osvaldo. So Oz owns and runs Oz Comics. And again, little indie shop in the suburbs. So if you're out that way, you should try to support it. Quite a bit of back issues there, some recent stuff as well, some great posters on the wall. He had a signing with Joseph Schmalk from America, who's the publisher of Midnight Factory Comics. He's the creator and co-publisher.
Right.
And Midnight Factory Comics has an Australian connection in that Brendan from D's Comics in Canberra, who is also like heavily involved with the geek markets conventions as well. He's like the comics guy, I think the comics organizer for geek markets.
Geek Expo now?
Geek Expo. So Brendan is like he's got a license to publish Midnight Factory Comics in either Australia or South Pacific, something like that. So he's got like this interesting connection. I don't know it back to front how this all works, like business wise.
Don't come to us for truth telling.
That's right. But Brendan's done an interview online. You can find that somewhere where he talks about it in some detail. But Joseph came to Australia for the latest Geek Markets, which was Geek Expo, that was in Canberra, and then has done a few signings around in Canberra and in Sydney. So I went out there to meet him and get pick up a book and get that signed. So
nice, yeah,
it's really interesting, and it was interesting talking to Joseph, about what we didn't talk for long, unfortunately, but like he was going on about how he's doing like a convention in America like almost every weekend, and like I'm not exaggerating, it's almost every weekend. He said that's the way that we sell the books. That's the way that I make a living full time. I'm going, but how are you pumping out? Because he's doing this illustration work. Writing and illustrating. How are you getting all the work done? And so it's his full-time job. He makes a living out of it. He's on airplanes, almost every weekend, traveling across the country, to the point where sometimes he doesn't come home in between. He just kind of does the shows one after the other and then comes home for a few weeks and then goes back out again. So it was interesting, and Oz Comics supporting that kind of thing, doing that kind of signing, just like Cockatoo, all really great. So try to support your local places when they do signings.
Yeah. And what suburb was that?
That was in Campbelltown.
Right. Okay. Out west.
Yeah. Way out west. It took from our house. It took Took us 45 minutes to drive there, and there were signs for Heather Braised pies on the way to Campbelltown, which was just another 100 kilometers. And I'm going, "Ooh, maybe we should just keep on going, and we'll have a pie and a milkshake."
Wow.
But yeah.
Wow.
What have we got there, Gary?
Some Dylan Naylor pencils.
Super duper.
That's where Morton meets Patricia, grown up.
What's Morton's problem there?
You've got to read the story to find out. Huh?
Is he worried that Patricia's still underage and she shouldn't be looking that good? Is that the problem there?
Well, you should see the next page. Spoilers.
Yeah. Fabulous. That's a great looking page, and you're just going to eat that up. Yeah.
I'll have to warm up first. Bullshit. No,
warm up your ass.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
That's it for me.
All right. I think that'll do us. Thanks, kiddies.
What do you say? What's the sign off?
More comics more often.